Hey guys, it's Kevin. So the Galaxy S23 Ultra has been my main Android phone for about 6 months now. It doesn't seem like a long time, but as a tech reviewer, I'm always jumping between phones and seeing if any other one will move up to be my new daily driver. Today, I'll give you an update on what it's been like using the S23 Ultra and why I think it's still the best phone on the market. So let's jump right in. Okay, I'm one of those people that don't use a case or a screen protector. I understand I'm living on the edge, but it'd be a shame if I cover up this gorgeous matte black phone. The S23 Ultra is made from Gorilla Glass Victus 2 with an armor aluminum frame. I've only dropped it 3 times, and luckily there's no major cracks or dents. Like if I handed this to a normal person, they'd say it's in pretty good condition, but with a tech head, they'll notice the nicks and scratches. They're mostly on the corners, so it doesn't affect everyday use. I have one here from dropping it on hardwood floor, another one from tile, and a different one from hardwood floor. The screen has some scratches on it, but you can only see them in bright lighting. The aluminum sides and the matte black finish are still in pristine condition though. I really like the more squared off design, and the rounded sides feel comfortable in the hand. The phone is also IP68, so it'll be safe just in case it gets wet. Other phones I've used don't feel as premium as this, since they're made from older versions of Gorilla Glass or plastic, but I know most people just slap a case on their phone anyways. If you're interested in the Galaxy S23 Ultra, I'll be sure to leave a link to it in the description box below. Alright, the S23 Ultra is one of the best displays I've used in any smartphone. It gets plenty bright at up to 1750 nits, so viewing it outdoors is no problem. The colors are very vibrant, and I know some people aren't a fan of the saturated colors, but you can easily adjust this under Settings, Display, Screen Mode. The display is a 6.8-inch, 120Hz AMOLED display with a resolution of 3088 by 1440. Jumping around all these different apps and scrolling through them is super smooth, and watching videos on this, especially with the extra brightness, is really nice. I did read some comments saying that the rectangular screen looks weird. Unlocking the phone is very fast and accurate too, since there's an in-display ultrasonic fingerprint reader. If I go back to an optical fingerprint reader, I'll definitely notice a speed difference. As much as I enjoy using this display, the only thing I would change about it is the curvature. I prefer a flat display since I get those accidental touches, and there's a slight darkening on the edges when viewing certain colors. Other than that, this is a phone I'd choose every time I want to consume content. So when I first reviewed the S23 Ultra, I found the battery life to be a big improvement compared to the previous model. It's still the same 5000 mAh battery inside with the S Pen slotted in the left side of the phone. I just do the typical social media, watching videos, and camera stuff, so nothing too intense. I managed to get about 7 hours of screen on time within a 2-day period on a single charge. Brightness was set to adaptive as well as motion smoothness, and the screen resolution was set to Quad HD. It will probably last me 3 days with very light use. The only time I can kill the battery is if I set it to max brightness and turn on mobile hotspot. It's definitely a 2-day phone for me, so I don't need to worry about battery life. For the times that I do charge it, it can go from 0 to 50% in 20 minutes. I'm using the official 45-watt USB-C charger from Samsung and a bio-based USB-C cable from Anker. There's also 15 watts wireless charging, but I rarely use it since it's faster to plug stuff in. It's also the same cable I use to charge my other devices. That's the beauty of USB-C. The Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 for Galaxy has proven to be a very efficient chip, but it's also powerful. To be honest, I can barely tell the difference between this version and the regular 8 Gen 2, and sometimes even last year's 8 Plus Gen 1. The S23 Ultra can keep up with me, and with 512 gigs of UFS 4.0 storage and 12 gigs of LPDDR5X memory, I don't need to worry about any performance issues down the road. The quad camera layout is basically the same as last year with the exception of larger camera rings. The main camera is a whopping 200 megapixels, and I honestly thought it was a gimmick at first. But after using it for some time, the photos have a lot more detail, especially when punching in. The classic Samsung saturated look is still here, but you can always dial it down later. There's a noticeable shutter lag and image processing, but there are other camera modes that reduce this, like the 50 megapixel mode or the normal 12 megapixel mode. The zoom on this camera is fun to use. I'll show people that can go from 1x all the way to 100x and they'll be impressed. It's not a great photo by any means, but it's still nice to be able to zoom this far on a smartphone. Videos can now shoot up to 8K 30 FPS. It's detailed and the colors look great. I do prefer shooting on an iPhone because of the color science. Out of all the other Android phones I've used this year, none of the phones have come close in terms of cameras and quality, but tech season is right around the corner. The one thing I'll still complain about is the software. The apps look too big and cartoony in One UI. I always prefer Samsung hardware with Pixel software, and thanks to Nova Launcher, I can achieve a similar look. The widgets, Google Discover, and App Drawer are all here. The only thing that didn't change is the quick panel. I'm running a beta version of One UI 6, so it looks a little different. To make it feel more like stock Android, I uninstalled or disabled Samsung apps and installed Google's versions. 2 features that I wish Pixel phones had is double tap to turn off the screen and Samsung's version of one-handed mode. It's not only Samsung, but OnePlus and Motorola allow you to turn off your screen by double tapping a blank area on your home screen. And for one-handed mode, One UI can shrink the entire UI down instead of just the top half. Other things I want to quickly mention are the speakers, haptics, and S Pen. The speakers on the S23 Ultra get plenty loud. Other speakers I've listened to are not as full. One little nitpick I have is the speaker location. I wish it was on the right side since I'm blocking it with my pinky. For the haptics, they feel great and they're not too strong or weak, and you can adjust the intensity under settings. I rarely use the built-in S Pen, but it's nice that it doesn't compromise any specs. The only time I do use it is for air actions with the camera. I set the phone on a tripod and use the S Pen to take a picture or record a video. The Galaxy S23 Ultra remains the best phone on the market because of the build quality, display, and battery life. There's another phone that I really like, but I'll save that for another day. Let me know if you've been using the S23 Ultra in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you'll be notified when I post new videos. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!